Not the world champions, not the Olympic champions. We know that the USA and Canada are also very strong in this. So this European Championship is going to be a very close one to call. See the German women's 8, who don't seem to be able to do what their men can do in an 8, and really translate what they've got into speed. Great Britain going to be in lane 2. In lane 3, we're going to see the Romanian crew, who've won this European Championships every single year since 2007. So
that's a great stat.
Trend they don't want to change.
That's a great stat.
It is, because you'd often think these crews like Russia and Great Britain might put them under pressure at the World Championships, but in these Europeans, Romania have always come through. Now we see the Netherlands in lane 5. Also real contenders in the women's 8.
Yeah, we were talking over the Russians. I do apologise to the Russian crew for that. And Belarusian out there in lane 6.
Belarusian 6. They get away. All the crews getting away well. The Russian crew are very fast in the first 500 in the heat. I wonder if they'll be able to do the same thing again here today. Difficult to call. Looks fairly even to me, and if anything, I do think that Russian stern looks further away from me out there in lane 4 than any other.
I tell you, if the Russians women can repeat what their men have done and beat the Romanians, they posted the fastest time in the heat, 6:10 to the Romanians 6:15, but I'm not sure they'll be able to repeat that feat today. But it's the Russian bows out in front, the crew coached
That's
by...
a good lead, isn't it?
Well, it is, coached by Viktor Rudikovich. I'll tell you what's interesting about the Russians, they're kind of picking it at the front end. It's quite a smooth sort of way they place the blades in the water.
It's a much smoother look than we might expect to see from a Russian crew.
I'm thinking, is this the Russian crew I'm looking at, Greg?
That's right, they're dressed in the blue all-in-ones that make it a bit harder for us as well. But look how they pick the blade and then really accelerate it through, moving very nicely.
Kristina Volkova, the little Cox, she's looking across. She's got her back to us at the moment, but the 1.56 meter Cox is really keeping that boat straight down the course. We normally see her in the Cox's seat of the Russian 8. This crew was 5th in the World Championships last year, but what have they done to the field in the first quarter?
It's a great first 500, isn't it? I think the British crew will be quite pleased with having got away with a good start, because they certainly had a good start in their repechage and then a strong... They really didn't have the middle they wanted.
And the interesting thing about this 8 is Viktor Rudikovich, the Russian coach, has really played around with the order. They were entered in a completely different order to the crew that they're racing in now. So he's really tried to get the best combination, the women in the best seats, to make this boat fly. And so far, well, with 750 metres of the race done, they are in unstoppable form. The Netherlands in silver medal position, the Dutch 8...
the Dutch 8 have settled into a good rhythm, haven't they? They've got the boat speed up now. We expect to see that often, don't we, from the Dutch crews. Not necessarily the quickest to start, but then to get into a strong rhythm and keep it moving through the middle.
And, well, I guess if we're looking for where the medals are going to be at the top of your screen, we're looking on the far side there. That's probably the British 8 in 2nd or 3rd place. So let's get a look at the Dutch there. Helen Boers, of course, in the stroke seat. Helen was in that pair behind Glover and Stanning at the Europeans in 2014 in Belgrade. So she's a really experienced oarsman. She's medalled in this event before, just a year ago. She'll want to do the same with her 8.
And I think this one's interesting as we come here towards 1,000. That Russia haven't been able to move an awful lot in the last 300 or 400 metres. So they took that length. They threatened to get a bit of clear water, but they haven't been able to do that. And the crew from the Netherlands now rowing quite smoothly and being able to track the move. Great Britain slightly falling behind now.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking as I'm looking at this event is 5 qualifying places at the World Championships for this event. And you've got America, you've got Canada, you've got the New Zealand women's 8 who beat the Australian women's 8 just a couple of days ago to come in. So just 5 places, and you know, Britain would normally say, you know, if they manage to beat the Romanians, that's great, we can be there for that qualification place, but it's going to be horrendous at the World Championships to see who gets in that top 5, Greg.
Well, that's fantastic pressure, isn't it, on both the men's and women's eights. There's only going to be 5 Olympic places available, and that's why it's so important that they get up and get moving well, because like you say, 3 to come in, so who's going to make it out of these European nations who could also be at the Olympic Games?
Yeah. To be fair to the British women, I mean, that's a fantastic result for them. I know they're behind Russia and the Netherlands, but to be ahead of Romania, well, that would have been their target. I felt they were disadvantaged in the World Championships by a poor lane position over on lane 1. They had a very bad row, so they will be very pleased at least to be ahead of Romania, but certainly they're not competitive at the moment with the Russian women's 8, who are rowing beautifully and coming into the last quarter having led from the off.
They have led from the off, but the crew from the Netherlands have been able to start to make progress against them in that third 500. It's not quite half a length, but I'm interested to see whether the Netherlands have got a big change of pace, because they're going to need a big change of pace to win it, but I think this one's still not completely done.
Well, when we talk about Netherlands and change of pace, I mean, the two things go together, don't they? If we do associate with Dutch crews last 500 metres, I do remember, I think it was the Dutch 8, was it in Beijing in 2008, with a magic sprint to come through and grab a medal. I think it was the bronze medal. Somebody will correct me if that's not the case, but they do have a fantastic finish. Russia, the fastest moving crew at the moment, Greg.
No, Russia not the fastest. No, it was Romania actually who were the fastest moving from that stat and that data. So the Dutch, they're coming back at the Russians, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as we come into the red boys here. So it's still half a length.
So is that Romania moving through the British 8 who were in that bronze medal position then, Greg?
Romania will be putting pressure on the British. Let's have a look. They've come through nicely with that move there. The British have disappeared from the shot, unless I missed them somewhere. I don't think they have. Must have had a problem in that British boat, I think.
They must have had a problem, because the British have gone right back, and it's in Germany in 4th place now, Romania in bronze medal position. Now it's Germany on top of your screen in the yellow Ampaka boat. They won't quite get a bronze medal, but the Russians will hold on to that lead as we look down the Russian boat. An amazing result. Will they make it a 1-2? Will the men win the men's 8, which will be an amazing result for the Russian Federation? Russia take gold. Netherlands just half a length behind takes silver, and Romania, well, what happened to the British we don't know, but Romania get the bronze, 4th Germany, and a disconsolate British 8. I can't believe they blew up. These are very fit women, so something must have happened that we didn't see. Belarussia in 6th place.
Well, that was brave from the Russians, wasn't it? They went out there very strongly, got their lead really all in the first 1,000, and then just had to tough it out and hang on all the way through the second 1,000. Good challenge from the crew from the Netherlands. And I'm sure if we came to the World Championships, if we came to the qualifications, and those two were the quickest 2 European crews, I think they'd have a pretty good chance of signing themselves up for the Olympic Games. Romania, that's the first time they haven't won the Europeans after I gave them that big build.
Yeah, you had that big stat, didn't you? And that was just prophetic. But actually, it was a very good stat. And I think the thing is that Russia, you know, in the history of rowing, Russia has been up there in terms of winning races. The last time they won an Olympic medal was 2004, I think, in the men's quad. But certainly Russian women's rowing in the 70s was right up there, and then it disappeared. And this is now a new generation of young women, and led by their stroke woman Alvatina Savkina, that we can see there on the left of your screen, the stroke woman, and the little cox Ksenia Volkova raises her arms to salute that Russia are back.
Russia are back, as we see it confirmed there. The European champions ahead of the Netherlands and Romania. And it will be interesting to see if they can repeat that in the men's eights, where they'll